What's up, YouTube? Scott Lett here, owner of Pro Exterior Cleaning and Iron City Power Washing. This is one of my old shirts. Decided to throw it on today. Went and bought 2 new hats. This is a fitted hat, polyester. Shouldn't bleach out. It's Ariat. I'm a big fan of Ariat. It's a very comfortable hat. Fits on my head well because I got a big old head. And then I got this hat too. It's very similar to the one I used to wear. So yeah. I'm gonna try to take a little bit better care of my hats. So, but anyways, guys, just prepping today, doing a lot of maintenance on my truck. It's kind of been neglected since I've been so busy getting ready to move and stuff. But I'm gonna show you guys what all I have been doing to just maintain my equipment. And just it involves a lot of little details that could save you a lot of time. Things I check often, but today is literally just going on my truck, cleaning it up, just checking different things and just staying on top of stuff. One thing you don't want to do is neglect your equipment, neglect the leaks, neglect the things that aren't really working properly, and you just want to do little things at a time. Like you know, before or during my really busy months here, it's kind of slowed down now. Obviously, I'm not really advertising, but at the end of every day, I would, you know, take some time to clean up my truck and just prep for the next day. You almost have to do that for your jobs to go as efficiently as possible. But today I've just been doing a lot of little things in my truck, and I'll go around and just show you what I do just to stay on top of your rig and just making sure it's ready to rock and roll, you know, at every job. So y'all stay tuned, and I'll give you a walk around. Guys, it's almost 9 o'clock here in Oklahoma. A lot of daylight left. Everyone should be home in bed, hanging out with their family. There's not as many cars driving by. It's a lot more quiet. You guys can hear me a lot better. So I'm just gonna run through and just show you guys like what I look for. This is my monthly maintenance checkup. Like I do this every month. There's things that I check weekly, but this is my monthly. Just walk around, just take a look at everything. I check the tires on my truck. I check the oil in my truck. Make sure, you know, I'm not over my mileage on my oil change. I know I say old like a redneck. It's because I'm from Alabama. I just check the basic things of my truck, okay? Because without my truck, I mean, I'm without any of my equipment. So as far as my truck goes, I make sure my oil levels, my tires, my mileage is good. You know, I'll check, you know, things under the hood pretty frequently. I've had 0 issues out of this truck. It's been an amazing purchase. I mean, that's one of the best investments I've ever made. So taking this truck back to Alabama with me to partner up with Iron City Power Washing, we're gonna have, man, 2 awesome rigs. But anyways, as far as equipment goes, the very first thing that I check is my oil levels for my engines and my pumps. So even if you just change your oil, it's important to just, you know, once a week, especially once a month, is just make sure your oil levels are right. So because look, I just noticed this today during my maintenance. Just walk around. This is leaking a little bit, but hasn't been enough to drop my oil level down to an alarming level. So this is still operable, ready to rock and roll. My oil levels are fine in my pumps and engines. So that's the first thing I check. If your engine goes down, your pressure washer is useless. So it's a good practice to make sure your oil levels are where they need to be. One thing I like to do for these smaller machines, if there's a gas switch, when you finish your day, turn these off. Because if you leave it open, your carburetor is gonna sit there with gas in it. It's gonna get a bunch of just build up, and then, you know, the gas won't be able to get to your engine. You're gonna wonder what's going on. You're gonna have to go home and clean out your carburetor. That can be a mess. So the bigger machines don't have that. They have the auxiliary gas tank that connects with some coupling, some quick connects that feeds the machine. So always disconnect those. So oil, important. Gas, important. You know, usually those things check out, then you're good. So there is other wear and tear on your machines you can check, like the O-rings inside your couplings here. You want to make sure those are fine. If you hook up to a direct water source on your 4-gallon per minute machines, you know, that little rubber piece there can go out and water will spray everywhere. So those are some good little practices, guys. Let's see, always check my ball valves, make sure the O-rings inside of them are up to par, because you don't want to get out there and your ball valves leak. So I replace those every month. And if I have any leaks with any of my machines or my equipment, my ball valves, I'll just take the time at the end of the week or whatever, end of the day, use this vise, take it apart, put Teflon tape on there, put a new O-ring in there, tighten it up, and then we're back in action. So I have a lot of guys ask me how much high pressure hose I have. I have about 200 feet in my cab, brand new. I have 200 feet on that hose there, and then I have an extra 50 feet there. On my soft wash Flexzilla 1/2 inch, I have, I want to say 200 feet here, maybe a little more. This is my new PVC soft wash gun I built. It's all 1/2 inch. It's got the ball valve here, works great. This little piece here came off one of my soft wash guns that broke, and I just put it on here because it has my coupling for my J-rod. So this is my backup 12 volt. If my gas roof pump goes down, I can just hook everything up to my hose reel here, pull my PVC line, chem line, drop it in here, and then hook it up to my battery, and then we're back in business. So maintenance is important, guys. You're probably wondering why I have 2 Roundup bottles. One is for my solution to clean windows, and then one is for my heavier chemicals like F9 products, F9 bark, efflorescence, things like that. I want to show you something that I got. So I've had a lot of headache. I'm talking about a lot of headache out of my 20-inch surface cleaner. This has been a great surface cleaner for my 4 gallon per minute machines. I've upgraded the nozzles and it's worked great for a long time, but here lately it's been a huge bust for me. And so sorry, some girls wanted to say hey, but I just got frustrated with it. Obviously I can't run my 28-inch big guy there with a 4 gallon per minute machine. So I went and bought this Surface Max here. It's a 15-inch. And it works it works pretty good. This little thing gets after it. So if you know, this thing has a mind of its own. My 20-inch, some days it works. I've checked the nozzles. That's another thing I do maintenance on, is making sure that my check valve right there is clear, make sure my nozzles are clear. I have 2 different hose lines here. You know, if one gets clogged, I can swap over. I just think this surface cleaner is on its last leg, and I am going to get probably a 16-inch for my 4 gallon per minute machine. 16-inch is a lot better anyways. If you're wondering how you determine the right size surface cleaner, you know, for your machine, take your gallons per minute, multiply it by 4, and that gives you the size you need. So for instance, a 4 gallon per minute machine times 4 is 16, so a 16-inch surface cleaner is ideal for you. So I run a 20-inch with my 8 gallon per minute. I could get away with a 32-inch surface cleaner, but I have a nice 28-inch big guy Whisper Wash, and it does great. So out of all the surface cleaners out there, guys, I recommend Whisper Wash. They seem to be the best in my opinion. So probably gonna buy a 16-inch. So what else do I look for? I just make sure I have all the tools I need. It's easy to lose things. I have all my tools in here, everything I need. Another ball valve, socket set, gloves, screwdrivers, downstream injectors, things of that nature. One thing I like to do, guys, with my soft wash, my gas roof pump, is after every job, especially if I use a roof mix or hotter, I will fill this tank up with fresh water, and I will just flush this pump out and just get all the SH out of there. SH can ruin some things, guys. It'll rust things out and it'll just ruin stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, it's important, guys, just to keep an eye on stuff. Just make sure your hose reels are nice and bolted down. I got out of the job the other day and this one came loose. I guess from just driving on the road. I pulled it all out. I keep all kinds of tools and bolts and stuff in my truck, so I fixed it right then and there. So that was no problem. So one of the things, guys, that's going to put a lot of competition out of business in your area, that's why I don't worry about it too much, is if you're not a handy person, if you didn't come from a background of working with tools, basic plumbing, electrical work, and you're just not a very handy person, those guys are going to be, they're not going to last very long. You got to know how to fix stuff, because you're going to be put in a position one day, especially you guys with the one machine. Your machine's going to fail on you at some point, and you're going to have to figure out how to fix it. And I promise you guys, I can start a small engine repair shop right now, and I could do most of the work because I have taught myself how to fix all these machines. I did have a scare the other day with my 8 gallon per minute machine. I would crank it, I would idle it up, and it would shut off. I'd push my choke in and it would shut off, and it was bad gas, which has never happened to me before. But if that happens to you, your carburetor's either clogged up. I checked my carburetor, it was fine. A lot of these newer machines do have just like these features that will shut down the machine if your oil level is too low in your engine or pump. It wasn't that. I only have like 40 something hours on this machine, so I knew it wasn't that, but I checked it anyways. So I was like, it's got to be the gas, because it would start fine, it would run for like 10 seconds and shut off. So I dumped this out, went and got some premium gas, and it runs fine now. So, but you have to learn and teach yourself how to fix things. You got to have tools with you for worst case scenarios, and I just make sure I have all these things. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you don't have a whole lot of money for a surface cleaner, this Surface Max is awesome. I just keep it right here. It's my 3rd surface cleaner. I have my big guy, like I said, my 20-inch. So this is my this is my last resort here. So which is kind of funny, but anyways, guys, this is my rig. This is how I maintain it. I'm sure I missed something, but it's just important to stay on top of keeping your equipment where it needs to be, babying your equipment. I tell my wife all the time, you know, I need 5 days to do all my jobs, and then I need another day just to fix all the stuff that breaks and to keep my truck clean. So all right, guys, Scott Lett, Pro Exterior Cleaning, soon to be Iron City Power Washing.